Examples of college-provided transportation include, but are not limited to, plane tickets, bus tickets, a chartered bus, college-owned vehicles, and college-leased vehicles. If Collin College is providing a specific mode of transportation, all students and travel advisors are expected to travel together as a group, both to and from the event, regardless of distance. A student cannot travel separately from the group. For example, a student cannot leave early, stay late, travel on a different flight, take a personal vehicle, etc. On very rare occasions, exceptions may be made if a student submits a release of liability via alternative transportation form and receives prior written approval from the appropriate travel administrators as described in the travel exceptions video. The college may elect not to provide transportation for all students and travel advisors to travel together if the trip is less than 60 miles one way. In these instances, students and travel advisors may drive their personal vehicles, and students are not required to submit a release of liability via alternative transportation form. The college does not permit students to carpool. For liability purposes, travel advisors and student organization leaders should not organize carpooling to and from events. Additionally, travel advisors cannot transport students in their own personal vehicles for liability reasons. If a college-owned or leased vehicle is requested for travel, advance written approval must be obtained from the appropriate travel administrators before any Collin College employee can transport students in a college-owned or leased vehicle. Examples of Collin College-owned or leased vehicles include vans or cars owned by the college that are reserved through plant operations, and vans or cars rented through the college's enterprise contract unless an exception is granted by the business office. In this case, requisitions must be entered by a travel advisor in Cougar Mart to pay for rentals prior to departure. The largest van permissible to rent is a 12-passenger van. However, no more than 8 passengers and 1 driver may travel in a 12-passenger van. No exceptions will be made to this policy. Students are not allowed to drive Collin College-owned or leased vehicles. Drivers who transport students in a Collin College-owned or leased vehicle must review and adhere to the Transportation Management Board policy, which is CJ Local. All board policies are available online. Individuals not affiliated with Collin College, for example, non-students and non-travel advisors, cannot travel in Collin College-owned or leased vehicles or a chartered bus. Common carriers are an optional method of transportation for student travel. Students are expected to arrive at the departure site by the designated time. If a student misses the flight and/or scheduled departure, he or she cannot travel separately and must contact the travel advisor immediately. Any exceptions must be approved by the appropriate travel administrators. Requisitions must be entered in Cougar Mart by a travel advisor to pay for airline tickets and chartered buses prior to departure. Bus companies must provide insurance documentation showing a minimum of $5 million in coverage and be approved by Collin College's Risk Management Officer. Contact one of the Student Life offices for a list of bus companies that have provided insurance documents and been approved by the college's Risk Management Officer.